And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and movie review for a brand new Amazon film, another version of you, starring, give me a minute, Christopher White, C.J. Perry, Sarah Antono, and Brittany Bellin. And I probably apologize for butchering most of those names, but this movie came across to me because I was going through some Amazon Prime. I have Amazon Prime Video. And, sometimes I really don't use it as much to look up movies. But, since we're all on lockdown, I figure I'd check this movie out. So this movie tells a story about a man named, Deeks. Simple guy, average guy, he has his moments. Unfortunately, he has a problem where he's fallen in love with a girl named Susan, and or Suzette, and he's been in love with her since, like, I guess he was a child, since they were both kids, and unfortunately, she's pretty much becoming unavailable, meaning she's about to get married, and he's not taking it very well. So one night he decides, he's feeling down on himself. He just lost the girl of his dreams, and then something happens to him where he gets a kind of like a second chance, if you will, where I won't spoil how he gets it, but he kind of comes across a key. Now this key apparently to him has been told to him that he can open doors, but these doors don't open like regular doors to go to buildings or anything. They open parallel worlds. Yeah, that's right. I'm saying that this movie has the multiverse in here, so bear with me. And so he humors it. He opens one of the doors. He ends up going through it, and then he finds himself in a totally different world. And then he goes throughout this whole movie trying to find the perfect version of the girl that he's always been in love with. That will match him. Sometimes he finds the right one. Sometimes he ends up finding something that's totally not what he expects. And this whole movie, he goes through this whole movie trying to figure out that and trying to find his love. Unfortunately, he doesn't find it. He's not sure if he's going to find it or not, but, and then he ends up meeting, this waitress named Gwen, played by C.J. Perry, which, by the way, if you're a WWE fan, she's also known as Lana. So, there you go. And she's this waitress at this, like, I guess, like, kind of like a Starbucks where, he talks to her, he gets advice, and then feeling starts happening towards him and her, and then they go on the adventure together. When I first saw this movie, I was like, wow, this movie really caught me because, it felt fresh, and then it felt like the same genetic, boy loves girl, boy wants to be a stalker, and then tries to get that girl, but then ends up finding out that he's in love with another girl, and then, moving on from that person. No, this one had pretty much that same, what I just said, but with a bigger twist with the whole, multiverse and him going to different parallel worlds to find different versions of that one girl he's always wanted. And things turned out not to be the things that he wanted, so. And it turns out to that be the whole romantic part. Then he ends up realizing certain things that, maybe he shouldn't have certain things in his life. Maybe he should have some other things. I mean, I'm not going to say what it is, but, when you watch the movie, you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, what would you do if you went to a parallel world and you try to find someone you really wanted to be in love with and you couldn't have her in that one world and you go to another world? You go there to find that one person again and you find out she's completely the opposite. That's what this movie is about. It's just this guy trying to basically discover himself and not only discover love, but also discover the fact that, hey, listen, he could let go of this one love for other love. That's what he's basically doing. And I thought the movie was very, very well written, very well acted. C.J. Perry, aka Lana, from WWE. She's a professional wrestler. So I was surprised at how good she was in this movie. Like, she was very good in this movie. She was basically the second lead of this movie, besides the girl who plays the sister, Brittany. But she was very good in the movie. I like the chemistry between him and the main character and her. So that worked for me. The whole multiverse thing was very funny, because you realize it's like, wait, are they really going to parallel worlds, or is maybe this in his mind? No, they're literally going to other worlds, and you actually see it, and it's very, very cool. And I thought You know, bringing, you know, multiverse for me, I'm already done with it. You know, in the CW world, Marvel's about to take that risk with it now, so let's see how they do with it. But you know, other movies and other, you know, stories tapping into the multiverse, you know, it's like very different because you know you don't know what they're gonna do, and you know for this movie they did a pretty good job with it. You know, they don't explain too much about it. They don't you know really, you know, he just explores the place. You know, he goes after the girl, and then you see different things from different, you know, versions of that girl he likes, and then you know he kind of learns a little lesson about it a little bit, and then you know you see him deal with it, you know, different emotions of it, you know. So I thought it came out pretty well. So go check it out if you get across to it. So I highly recommend it. I think it's a fun little romance movie. So you have nothing else to do and you have Amazon Prime, pop it in, see what you think about it. So leave me a comment below, let me know what you guys thought about it, and if you've seen it or if you guys are interested in it. If you're not interested in it, leave me a comment below, let me know. Thank you very much and have a good day.